Here we go, episode number 4. I am so thrilled to be part of this, man. This is fourth Wednesday in a row that I'm doing this, being consistent. Welcome to the Novice Healing Artist podcast, friends. Again, like I said, episode number 4. I'm Joaquin, healing artist, entertainer, edutainer, healing art-prenuer. Just a lover of life, lover of music, family, soul food, feeling good, feeling healthy. This podcast is for anyone that wants to just dig under the surface of esoteric anything, spirituality, lifestyle, healing, energy medicine. I'm just thrilled to be here again. So today's episode, we are going to talk about how to protect ourselves psychically, how to protect our psychic energy. This is not something you just walk around normally and think about. It's just once someone like me mentions it, hey, you need to protect your psychic energy. And you're like, oh, I do? How do I do that? Well, we're gonna go through that. I'm gonna share with you like 4 ways that you can do that. These 4 ways are in my book, The Human Touch: Elements of Energy Medicine for the Novice Healing Artist. And so we're gonna get right into it. So let's see here. We're coming into the holiday season. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. And it's a time when family comes together and mixes it up and shares idea and shares thoughts. And these past 4 years have been so difficult in that way, where we've created this toxic environment where our children have been thrown under the bus with the politics of the day. Families have been thrown away like trash or garbage because we're not agreeing, and we're allowing ourselves to be influenced by forces that do not care about us one way or the other. What doesn't matter what you believe in spiritually or politically. There are powers that don't want us to be getting along, that don't want us to be focused on them. They don't want our eye on them. So they'd rather have us divided. They'd rather have us separated. So that is one aspect of it. And that's in the media realm. We have these cell phones in our hands and these devices. And how do you protect your psychic energy from these cell phones and devices? And gosh, I didn't even plan on talking about this. So this is probably the big one, to be honest. It's the big one. We all have habits, and one of the big habits is having this phone in our hands or phone in our pockets. And how do we need it less? How do we break our addiction to the vice, right? The device. So it's a personal question, but it's one that I trust that you'll get the right answer. I can only answer for myself, and how can I do that? For me, it's staying busy doing things that I value highly. So like this, doing a podcast, getting ready for it, writing notes, working on a book, working on a blog, working on a new song. I love singing. I play music professionally, and just learning something new, learning something real versus just getting so sucked into YouTube shorts or TikToks and this and that. It's it's really it has some value, but I don't feel it to be a long-term solution to anyone's health. It's not a long-term solution, period. So we're going for real strategies in this day and age and during this holiday season to protect your psychic energy. So the number one way, I did mention cultivating a passion, but it's to ground your energy. Okay, so that's a bit of a different switch. That's an exercise we're going to be doing. So we're going to touch on grounding your energy. We're going to also touch on, we're going to do an exercise called the zipper. That's out of Energy Medicine. I'm spacing her name right now, but she's an amazing author. And then we're going to do the rows of protection, and we're going to also do a differentiate. We'll differentiate. So a lot of us are empaths, okay? So this psychic energy, like some people are just so sensitive they can just pick up people's vibes. This is exactly the people. Novice healing artists are all empathic. We're all sensitive. There's a reason why we're all here. So this is a perfect episode for you to learn a few little tricks and tools. And again, that big ugly device reared its ugly head and said hello to me while in the middle of this episode. And I didn't have any plans on talking about it, but I'm really thinking to myself, wow, who has really psychically effed us? What has psychically effed us more than a device, more than this phone right here? I can't really think of anything, to be honest. So, we all wish to go back to some simpler times, and I don't know how simple we can make it. You really can. We can unplug in many ways. You could put your phone away. You probably use it not for a day or two. But it's really difficult. I mean, just even me thinking about it, it's difficult. And so what do? So I just like to say, like, cultivate your passion, because no one else is going to cultivate it for you. Get out in nature. Get out in nature and go for a walk. Just nature bathe in the trees, or, by a running river or creek, by the water. Meditation. Create time to meditate. Meditation's massive. Cultivating coherence, and another one is reading. Reading is in the line of passion, and drinking tea, like just having a tea and reading and just cultivating that time, that would keep you off your device. So these are all things, right? Meditating, reading, getting out in nature, cultivating passion, everything that, like, a passion shouldn't have to do with a device, right? At all. Like, I like to use my device to show the world what I can do. Now that's what I'm all about. Okay. Awesome, guys. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into a grounding exercise, and so I'm gonna invite you now to just find a chair or seat, or a place to sit, and when you sit, I want you to tune into the base of your spine. Take a nice deep breath. And from there, with your attention at the base of your spine, I want you to imagine a column, like a tube of crystal light, and you send it down like a shaft, just down to the core of the earth, through all of its levels and phases and places, like into the molten core. Take a nice deep breath. Just feel how your body might shift in posture, might lock in, might sink in. But this is exactly what I do before each and every session, before I even touch a person. I send this cord down the shaft of crystal light into the core of the earth. And I just lock in. And I feel safe. I feel grounded. I feel connected with the sacred earth. So I'm going to invite you right now to feel supported in the chair that you're sitting in, and feel supported by the floor that this chair is supported on, and feel supported by the foundation that the building you're in or the ground you're sitting on. To feel supported by this sacred earth. It's wonderful to acknowledge the world, this earth that you're standing on, the earth that's right underneath your feet, that you're grounded into right now as sacred. It just is. So when we're grounded, we are safe. We are safe to ourselves, and we are safe for others. It's just like when we're when it's just like an electrical outlet. When it's not grounded, it's very dangerous. You can die. You can get electrocuted and be shocked to death. Same goes, it might not die, but you definitely will be more of a liability than an asset. You are more of a liability when you're grounded. Okay. When I'm grounded like this, I feel present and safe in my skin. I feel level as in balanced, and I can take praise and I can take blame equally, all the same. So yeah, that's me. When I feel grounded, I can go on and on, but I feel just connected to the core of my being, my inherent divinity, the spark and the light that I am. And so I'm going to invite you to acknowledge that sacredness that's inside of you, the divinity that you are, to be grounded. And at the same time, I told you I'm going to do this I'm going to mention this every episode. And at the same time, be the mystery itself. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next psychic protection exercise we're going to do. It's called the zipper. Donna Eden, it's in her book, Energy Medicine, I want to say. Very influential book for myself. And it's called the zipper. And so what you do is you would put your left hand over your navel. Okay, so put your left hand over your navel, and then you put your right hand over it, over on the top, overlap on your hands, and put it right on your navel. And from here, we're going to zip ourselves up. So this is how it goes. So I'm going to do it. You inhale and you raise your right hand, keeping your left hand on your navel, up to about your nose, and then back down. Okay, and do that a few times. And you're just zipping up your centers, like your chakras. You're just giving them a layer of protection, like a sheath, like you're just zipping them right up. This is great. I've tried this. It's proven. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Truly does protect you, especially before public speaking or performance in any way. Back in the day, I was a spoken word poet with a jazz funk improv band, and I was sharing all kinds of thoughts and ideas abstractly with this groove backing it all up. And I know I was an anomaly. I know I was doing something many weren't comfortable doing, but it was phenomenal. And before every performance, I would go and do this. I would do the zipper. So you could do this for as many times as you feel complete, you feel zipped up. I do it like if I would go into a party or something, or anywhere. You can do it from going into a grocery store. Seriously, we need it. Just practice, okay? This is the information that I'm sharing with you is very lifestyle oriented. And so by that I mean you can use it anytime, all the time, and that is great. That's what I want. That's my goal. That's my aim. That's my vision with people using this information, because it's how I've learned it. Being a healing artist, or it doesn't stop inside my office. It goes on and on. Being present, using active listening, it doesn't stop. Okay, so for this next one, the Rose of Protection, I'm gonna find it, my notes here. So I want to give it to you precisely. All right, Rose of Protection. So this is how it's done. I love this. This is so beautiful. So establishing your grounding cord, okay, and envision. Okay, so we're moving right into it, guys. Get ready. And envision a large rose in front of your heart with a long, thick stem that travels down through your grounding cord deep into the earth. So a long, thick stem grounding down. Visualize this rose functions as a sort of vacuum, or a form of protection for negative energies coming at you, or any negative energy that may be in and around your field. So just imagine this rose hoovering, vacuuming, sucking in, and protecting you from negative energies being projected at you. This really works. Sending the energy, that energy that's being sucked in by the beautiful red rose, whatever color it may be. It could be green rose, it could be yellow. The energy is flowing down the stem and the cord. Okay. Deep into Mother Earth. Here you'll find yourself more present because you're grounded and protected. All right. So we've done grounding cord, the zipper, the rose of protection, and the final one, exercise number 4, is where they begin, you end. Differentiate. Okay. And so I'm going to start it off. Okay, let's just get that going. All right. So we're going to differentiate. This is more so very useful in a therapeutic setting. So if you are already a therapist or an energy worker or healer or body worker, this is a wonderful exercise to create a separation between yourself, to create a sheath or a buffer of protection. And it's this simple. You just start noticing differences in this quality, in this person versus yourself. You could say Sheena has blonde hair, I have brown hair, Sheena is a woman. I am a man. It is sometimes, this may seem like elementary or rudimentary, but for empaths, we need these reminders. We need to remind ourselves that we are not that person. Okay, so that is the big one. That we are not this person. We are a different person, but we care. That doesn't mean we don't care about that person. So you could ultimately, truly care for someone, but yet not take on their energies. Okay. So there's some other ones that I like to use. I want to share, but I think I'm going to share it at a different time. And it's after you do a session. Actually, I'll share it right now. So after every session, this is how I protect myself psychically and energetically after working on someone for an hour and a half, touching them gently. I go to the sink immediately and I roll up my sleeves to about like halfway, and I wash my arms and hands with ice cold water, the coldest water, cold water, and that cold water will just pull it and draw it right out. It is that centripetal energy will just contract it and pull it out. And it's powerful. It's powerful. So again, friends, this is not your average conversation. This is not your average podcast talking about psychic protection, talking about during the holidays. So I'm going to invite you to try these exercises out during this holiday season. I would love to know what you think. I would love it. Like if you tried them, please just reach out to me. I want to hear. You could mention it in the comments. Feel free to like this YouTube podcast. Feel free to share this podcast as well. It's just getting going, and I'm just so thrilled to be sharing this information and this knowledge at this time right now. So to wrap it up, I just want to share with you and invite you to a few classes. I have the first in-person human touch class. It's going to be a 2-day course in learning about the human touch, and the end result is that you learn how to do a gentle hands-on energy balancing session. So you'll learn many forms of therapy at a really intro level, from somatic therapy to self-care to active listening to using presence. Presence is the healer. That is February 3rd and 4th in Carson City at Sierra Acupuncture and Healing Arts. And also, I'll be doing an online class starting February 5th, the next day. So it's February 3rd and 4th, and then February 5th, every Monday for 3 hours. February 5th, 12th, 19th to the 26th, teaching the human touch. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interactive and always entertaining, always real. I'll be providing snacks, and there'll be more information in the link below. And one last thing, a regular class. I'll be teaching a regular class, Qigong and meditation class at the Sierra Acupuncture and Healing Arts on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And this is a special class because I'm going to be teaching the Qigong and meditation in the EE system, which is the energy enhancement system. And it's an amazing machine, and I've made friends with it, and I think there's great value in this piece of technological genius. So I'm going to roll with it and go with it, because who gets to do this? Like it's a cool, it's an honor. So again, once always, it's an honor to be with you, to share my knowledge and this wisdom in my heart. This podcast is sponsored by the Human Touch, Elements of Energy Medicine for the Novice Healing Artist. Again, I just want to thank you all for being here and for your precious time. And I wish you nothing but happiness. Wait, here we go. I like to say it like this. May you be peaceful, happy, and free. All right. Much love, everybody. Thank you.